Hello, this is Idodmg and welcome back to the channel. In this Dwarven Realms video, I want to show you a really great way that you can AFK farm. And it's not going to be your best way to farm XP, but it's pretty cool if you got to go get up, maybe do some housework or whatever. You can kind of park your guy in there and let him auto attack, and it might just be a fun build actually to save your finger from holding down that Q button or left click button, whatever it may be. And the item we're talking about, of course, is going to be a special modifier that we crafted because we have Bane of the Blacksmiths. We can craft those incredible modifiers. And if you want a deep dive crafting video, I have one up for you. Make sure you go check it out after you watch this video. The modifier we're going to be talking about right now, though, is this one right here. A magical circle surrounds you that attacks enemies. You can't use attacks or abilities. Now, when I first read this, I felt like, well, that sucks. It's just going to do a basic attack. But what you don't know from reading this is that your offhand abilities still proc from those attacks. I think what this modifier means when it says you can't use abilities is I think it is referring to your Q and R ability. It's not referring to your offhand abilities. So I'm going to go ahead and show you real quick how this actually works. You just pop that on. It is a little circle around you. You can move. You cannot do any attacks. You can still dodge and everything like that, though. And it literally just attacks anything that touches you. And you can park this in there and you can AFK farm if you want to. I have found, though, that just AFK farming is, obviously not the best method because you can't move your character if you're AFK. You have to still kind of step out of bad stuff. So you may, look over and your character's laying there dead or whatever. And what that means, though, is you're going to have to turn down your rupture level to a little bit lower so you're not getting killed as quickly, which means less XP. Really, at the end of the day, probably not the best strategy to use if you're really trying to push for that leaderboard. But it's an option. And honestly, the first time I got this, I sat there for an hour kind of just amazed that this actually works. And it also saved my fingers from hitting these buttons all the time. And I could just kind of chill out and let it do its thing. Now, this thing is fine and dandy and it's pretty cool, but it does have a few issues. The number one issue I have with this, and I don't know if it's a bug or not, is sometimes it'll quit attacking. And this is especially noticeable when you're fighting a boss and you're trying to strafe around it. I think maybe it's your circles not hitting the boss when you're strafing around. But there's certain times where it will just not attack and not work. It's pretty rare that happens, but it does happen, and it's annoying when it does. My other issue with this is you can't use abilities, and so that means you cannot use your ancestral glyph ability to get that quadruple damage all the time. Take it for what it is. I think this item's pretty cool, to be honest with you. Again, probably not the best item in the game, but hey, it's pretty cool nonetheless. And that's going to wrap it up for this Dwarven Realms AFK farming guide video, I guess. I really just wanted to share this cool item with you, let's be honest. But hopefully you found this video useful and entertaining. If so, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more action RPG videos. The best way to support me is through becoming a YouTube channel member today or hitting that super thanks down below the video. But your view alone means the absolute world. As always, thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video.